Now for the next step, we are going to use stickers. And you'll see as we create this, the reason why I'm using them. You can use any stickers. I got these from my local art supply store. And I'm gonna grab each star and place them on each circle. They don't have to be, again, there's no accuracy here. It doesn't have to be exact. Just because I know it is 50 states, I might just go and speed up this part of the process in the video. And again, you don't have to use stickers. The reason I'm doing this is just because since it's a white piece of paper, once we add our color on top of this, we're going to take all of these stickers off and you should see the representation or the outline of what the star is. Again, you don't have to put stickers on. You could either once you paint this, you could write on top of this with acrylic white paint, make your own stars, whichever way. But just to have some fun with this, I decided to put stars on here because then once I add my watercolor and I take out all these little stickers, these little stars will stand out a little bit more. Now for the next part, we're going to start adding tape. And the reason why we're going to add tape is because we are going to protect the areas that are white and we're going to protect this area so our red doesn't bleed in. And the tape that I got is Scotch number 2080. It's for delicate surfaces. You get this at your local hardware store. What I'll do is, we know that we have everything written. This is why we wrote these letters of R, W, all the way up and down, so then we know exactly where our areas that are white that need to be covered. So we know that's white. So what we're gonna do is gonna place it on top of it and right there. There's that. We'll cut the end of it. And then what we're gonna do is add another one on top of this one, the bottom one. And we're gonna cut it right here. So the good thing about this tape is that it's very transparent. You can see through it. Now what you want to do is, because we need to color in the red and keep the white safe, is I could see the line that I have made. That's why I didn't want to erase it fully. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on that line. I'm not putting a ton of pressure. And again, this is not meant to be 100% straight lines, because again, like I said before, that's what gives this its character. And once we color it, you'll see why it's not that crucial. Because you see how my lines aren't that straight. I could make them straight. And do so I'm gonna go around here. Use that piece of tape. So I know that's the area that I want to color. Clean that off there. At the edge of where the stars are. On this one, just for the reason that I have it right here, it'd be silly for me not to use the ruler as a guide, because realistically I could use the ruler. And again, you're not trying to dig into this, because if not, it'll cut the paper. So now the same thing up here. I'll go to the next one. So we know that's red, this is white. Alright, I see my line right here. And again, that's why I got this tape specifically, so then you can see through it and know exactly where you're cutting. And again, if you couldn't see through it, you could just also measure out 11/16, and that would give you exactly where you need to be. Since I cut the middle of it, I flipped the tape over and made it where the straighter side is on the top. And like I said, we also want to give it the appearance that we worked. We want to give it the appearance that we used our hands to create this, because we did. So now what I'm going to do is to protect the border of where the stars are. I'm just going to put tape right here, and I'm going to cut that piece right here. So right now, this is what you should have. You should have tape covering all your white lines and then all your red lines are exposed. So then you can paint, and then you're also protecting your stars. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start coloring the red stripes. Got my little watercolors, got my brush a little bit, get as much as I can from this red. And then you just start. Again, we're not going for perfection here. We're going to give it a very nice cover. And again, you're not trying to make each stroke perfect. That's the part that makes this thing, and is gonna make this thing stand out, is that you have given the look of the time spent painting this, making every brush stroke deliberate, because, you know, obviously you want to make it very genuine the way it looks. And pretty much it's that you want to show it that you gave it love. And I think the other thing that I like about the way that this kind of is being created is that you can do this not just with watercolor, you can do it with marker, pencil, colored pencil. Like, there's multiple ways that you can create something like this. Like I was saying, it's also, other than it being an illustration or a representation more like it, it also has meaning behind it, because it's also giving you information. So I think one of the things, especially this being the year that we are celebrating the 250th anniversary of the United States, which is, I think that's a pretty cool thing to celebrate. I'm just seeing a lot of people embracing that milestone, no matter what beliefs that people have politically. And I think that's kind of the whole point, is that because everybody has their own beliefs and thoughts on different things politically, no matter what it may be, and definitely don't want to even undermine the importance of a celebration like that. Okay. So now we colored everything in, all the red stripes are in. So now what I'm going to do is we are going to color in where the stars are. So I'm going to gently take this guy off. And the reason that I'm pulling it at such an angle is because I want to make sure that I don't wind up just ripping out the stars. And again, like I said, I only did this just because I thought it would be a neat visual effect of having the stars in there. Give me 1 sec, and grab a paper towel so then I can have this section over here dry off a little bit quicker. And again, even if see, there's a little bit of red right here, perfectly fine, just because it just gives it more of this natural creation, to say the least. So now I'm going to choose a blue. I forgot to put tape to protect that section so it doesn't bleed into one another. It'll be right here. Now that I got my blue, a little bit more water. Now, same thing, just spreading this guy as much as possible, getting everything. And again, not worried about if the stars gets lifted, just because I'm okay with that, because again, like I said, it gives it that character. And I think that's what sometimes art is missing. I've done digital work, I've done hand drawn work, and I'm going to be honest, this technically, if I really am thinking about it, is the first time I'm ever using watercolors. There's a lot of things that most recently I just started picking up, and not because any other reason other than just my brain being ridiculous. I'll talk about it more in another video, but sometimes things that prevent you from experiencing things or having the opportunity to do these things, sometimes the things that are in the way, unfortunately, is yourself. We psych ourselves out. And when we psych ourselves out, it prevents us from doing so many things. And sometimes I think we just have to shut our thoughts on certain things and just take advantage of the opportunity and just embrace things and just do them. I'm gonna see if this is wet. If I use my eraser, what does that do to the writing that was there? That's pretty cool. It does make it go away, but it doesn't, I thought it was gonna do more harm to the actual writing. I like that it does this very cool thing there. What I'm gonna do is gonna grab that red again, just give it one more layer right where I was. And then what we'll do is we'll start undoing the tape and the stars. Okay, we got everything. I'm laughing because I could hear my daughter. We got everything colored right where I wanted it to go, right where I wanted it to be. So now what we're gonna start doing is we're gonna start taking out all the stars, and what I'll do, obviously, I'll do that in a quick time lapse instead of having you watch me take 50 stars off slowly. Okay, now that we got that done, we are now moving on to taping off the tape from the stripes to the side. So we'll start with this side first. again, pulling it at an angle, so then it so it comes off. Oops, see, there's a little bit right there. And again, and that's okay, because you know, you can just throw watercolor back on it. But that's what I'm saying, like, this is what I like about this. It gives it this very unique feel to it. And like, it gives it a rough feel to it, and that's a thing that I think sometimes is missing from doing stuff like this. Like, see how it's ripping some of the paper here, but that's good, because it really does. It gives it a different texture. That, like, and that's why I decided to go this route and doing it this way, because I think, like I said before, it gives it character. Things that you don't feel like, oh, it's not a good thing to have this little piece sticking out. You just cut it out. Simple as that. That's all you got to do. Cut it out. Not a big deal. Cut it out and you move on. But it does. There's something about this having a very unique feel to it. And again, any single spot like that, if I want, I can color it back. The question is, once I'm done pulling out all this tape, do I want to? Is the question. And I know the thought is, well, if I let it dry more, and as I was doing this, but that's the thing. You don't have to. Because if you're trying to give it a very unique look, like it is your own representation, it can't be duplicated. And I think that's what makes this such a neat little project. Any spot that I feel like needs to be adjusted or fixed, just add a little bit more watercolor to it. But it does give it a very unique feel. It's a custom illustration of something that has a bigger representation. So now that I still have my reds out, what I'm gonna do is those spots, look at that, just cover them up. That's all you gotta do. Nothing in this is ruined. Everything here is serving a purpose. And the purpose that it serves is that it gives your creation that much more character. And I think also because it is such a important anniversary, that having all these little marks or rips or tears or whatever it may be, it almost represents exactly the many years that this country has had its good times and its bad times. What I'm going to do is grab my eraser one more time, just go over a couple areas where I don't want it to stand out as much. Grab my paintbrush to make sure I wipe that off that way. I think that's the thing that I like about this, is that you can create this with any piece of paper, with any art media, and it still gives you the exact representation of the flag of the United States. That's it. We're done. You could add more. You could change certain things. You could darken certain lines. You can try to fix any little thing. But I think that's the thing that makes this a really neat little project to do, is that it not only is a great representation of the American flag, it also gives you some information as you're looking at it. Because if anybody does see it, and say you hang it up or you do whatever with it, or if you hang it up and display it, when they look at these names and dates, conversation begins. And isn't that what we want? We want to have a conversation of what this represents. And this represents different things for different people. And to me personally, it represents a lot more to me than I think your average working man. And the reason that is just because of my family's history of coming here. And the way that I look at this is, I am living proof of that American dream, because I have had many opportunities, and not because they were given to me. It's because I worked hard for every single one of them. And I keep on working hard for every single one of them. So to me, this carries more weight than just a piece of paper. It gives me a better understanding of what it takes to create something and represent and respect something so important, no matter who's on whatever political side of things. This flag doesn't define any specific political party. This, to me, represents the hardworking America that I know and that I've been a part of. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you taking this little trip with me with my first video where you could actually see me. I've been posting videos of shorts of just my work, and mainly just because I've been trying to just get a little bit more adaptive with how to showcase my work. And I've only shown a fraction of what I've done. And I want to keep on doing more videos like this, and in time I will. And I hope you dig this. I hope you attempt to do this as well, because I think it's a great little project, and it also gives you some history, and I hope that you enjoy. And when you do, make this, show a picture, put it in the comments. Let me know, tag me, whatever you can do. I'd love to see your guys' version of this. And again, this is just a version that I made. There's so many different ways that you can do this. That's the thing that I like about this. But it's really neat to see this completed with the color. And then from a distance, you know what it is, but when you get closer and you see the names, it gives it that much more weight. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. Ciao.